Hey guys and gals, a day I thought would never come, but the words have finally been released from the man's mouth. Yep, I'm talking about John Kerry, United States climate envoy. He is the spokesperson for United States in the issues related to climate change. He is the one to address and do the negotiations and the schmoozing. He's the man, this boomer. And I've made over 500 videos entailing how fucked we are. It's not a surprise. If you're not caught up with the most relevant and up-to-date literature, basically we can expect hundreds of millions of migrants across the globe, global breadbasket failure, hurricanes, droughts, wildfires. There's not enough places to live. It's too expensive. I can't afford a house. No one I know can afford a house. And they're expecting to just move all these people away from the coastal areas and rebuild, and along the way somehow manufacture 300 million electric cars and electrify the grid and all these recommendations, and none of it will matter. Because John Kerry says in this CNBC headline, money is needed most to tackle climate change. Money. We can throw money at it. I'm sighing deeply. I'm convinced, quote, key points from this article, I'm convinced we'll get to a low-carbon, no-carbon economy. We're going to have to get there because we have to, he told an audience. Quote, I am not convinced we're going to get there in time to do what the scientist said, which is avoid the worst consequences of the crisis. What? Okay. This is from CNBC at Davos. He's giving a speech. He's saying this. This is our guy. Look, I know we're screwed, but these are the words I wanted. I wanted to live to see these words. Okay? And those worst consequences are going to affect millions of people around the world, he says, in Africa and other places. And you can be sure here, of the 20 most affected countries in the world, 17 are in Africa. Where do they come up with this? I don't know. We're definitely affected here. We can see that all around us. Quote, so how do we get there? He says. Well, the lesson I've learned in the last few years, and I learned it as a Secretary of State, and I've learned it since, reinforced in spades, is money, and money. And I'm sorry to say that. Wait, let me double check where the money is. Oh, the 1% took $26 trillion over the past several years, while the bottom 99% had to share $16 trillion. So where's this money coming from? It's in their bank accounts, secured away in tax havens across the seas. Work harder, peasant. The 1.5 goal is contained within the Paris Agreement, which is a load of BS, and we want to limit it, otherwise, we're toast. But then he addressed the topic in his speech. Let's face it, a whole bunch of companies in the world have chosen to say, I'm going to be net zero by 2050. And you and I, we know they don't have a clue how they're going to get there. And most of them are not on track to get there. This is an admission of defeat, guys. This is an admission of failure, of you're fucked. Kiss your retirement goodbye. Kiss your long-term career. Kids are out of the question. I mean, these words should be blown up, highlighted, bolded, and put all over the front if we lived in a sane world, not negotiated by short-term profit and greed and human hubris and et cetera, which my subscribers do a great job of explaining. This should be bolded and highlighted, put on every front newspaper, across the board. You understand that, guys? You and I, and we know they don't have a clue how they're going to get there. What? This is our climate envoy saying this. So I don't want to be too dramatic about this. I have to get my day going. But man, what a words to come out of this man's mouth. Live for today. Cherish those around you who you respect. Build a community. I'm not going to say we'll have complete human extinction by 2026, but at the exponential rate of warming, and considering there's a lag in the relative levels of carbon dioxide, it's a very complicated system. There's still much more to learn. We're constantly learning new things. None of this is set in stone, but the trajectory is worst case. I anticipate a very awful standard of living, worse than now, you know this, by 2026, and a complete eradication of our way of life by 2030. We cannot keep this level of output, industrial output, and claim to go to net zero while our climate envoy says they have no idea how to get there, and have a sane and livable world by 2030. That's my projections. Again, our climate envoy just admitted that we're fucked. So take that information and run with it, Doomer. I'll talk to you later. See ya.